There you are. So, you're planning to do another review and actually using movie footage, right?
Right.
Right, because you got the okay to actually review the movie. And I take it you're going to be watching it with others, right?
Yeah, that's right. The League got asked to do this review. I have enough power to at least for sure force feed the memory of the movie to about 2 other people. But, magic does have its limits, so I'm not sure about the third one.
Right, okay, yeah. And next time we're going to be making plans for how to continue this show, right?
Yes, we will be.
Good. Alright. And we are going to let me have an episode when we are ready to put up my old stuff, right?
Yes, I will let you have your time, but right now it's my time, Matt, and I need to get to work.
Okay, yeah, well, just whatever you do, don't be hurting people that don't deserve it. Got it? Alright, I'll see you later.
Yes, you and your idle heroic threats, got work to do.
Oh.
Excellent. Good evening, gentlemen. I require you for a review of a film. However, we do not have time to wait for you to watch it. So instead, I shall download it into your minds.
What?
No! Damn it! What about me?
Need to shoot Y-Boy twice. Magic has its limits, and I can only cast this particular spell about 3 times a day.
Oh, jeez, what the hell was that? How did you do that?
Simple, my good sir. I use the review-averse communications technology here, and with my magic, I have transferred the memories from me to you about this movie. The only problem I have is that you, being a very opinionated people, can still make your own opinions about at least the imagery that I've sent you. That, and also, I can only cast it 3 times a day, as previously mentioned. However, if I did practice it enough, I could probably cast it more often, and to multiple people.
Wow. Ooh, a little son for stuff like that. But okay. So you want us to join in your review?
Library of Madness got off on this one, but the other 2 of you shall be required for the review. Library of Madness can just cameo when he feels he can add in something. So, with that aside, let us begin.
Welcome to a world where justify all the things that I do. She holds my heart under lock and key. In a world of funny, and I could change, but why should I erase the pain and die inside? She holds my heart under lock and key. In a world without her, a choice that seems so selfish.
So yes, this show is only 15 minutes long, so we need to keep things on the short. Our review for this week is going to be of a independent horror movie. This one is called Store Massacre. It is written, directed, and also partially stars Gordon Price, a actor who has been doing a number of horror movie and TV show appearances of late.
Ah, the rise of iTunes. It was a bloody, but one-sided battle, and rather horrific from a certain point of view.
Actually, the movie is based around a possessed guitar. After being at the right place at the right time of numerous murders, it finally ends up in a musical instrument shop. There it ends up in the hands of the owner, Grady.
After police find a number of slains in the music store, they also note that the owner is gone, and the guitar is again staring them in the face for the third time. Detective Young feels there has to be a link, and tries to find out more. Meanwhile, Grady continues to walk the streets, killing almost at random, while still chanting death to those who hate.
And with that much of the plot out of the way, we shall actually stop it there. This is an independent film, so not many people have actually seen it. And a lot of people would probably hate our guts if we continue to spoil every single plot twist in the film. So with the plot synopsis out of the way, I believe it's time to start our opinions. I, for myself, enjoy this movie quite a bit. But I will also say right off the bat that there are certain things in this movie that the more timid of us will not enjoy. The racist, bigoted, and sexist attitude of a lot of the characters, and their really nasty, loudmouth ways of going about things can really drive somebody off. However, I will also add that if you are able to stay on long enough, you will see the comeuppance for these particular characters, as the movie is very obviously saying these most unlikable characters for the chopping block where they belong in a movie like this. Besides, killer instrument. What else can you say? It's going to be... It's obviously not a serious horror movie, in my opinion, and it doesn't try to bet itself out as a very serious film, but what it is extremely fun. And if you're into horror movies, this should be an interesting watch for you. But also, along with the really horrible characters that might drive some people away, there are also some very likable characters. In fact, the police officer actually tells off one of the more unlikable characters throughout most of the movie. And not only do we have him, but we also have this bumpkin who, well, simple-minded, if you will, is still a pretty decent guy. And we also have another lead female character who is actually a fairly decent woman, although she has put herself in a rather bad situation until the movie helps sort it out for her.
It's time for you to die.
And also I might add that everything eventually leads up to a solution by the end of the film. So if you are worried about these weird threads that don't seem to have any continuity, they will finally solve themselves out and be a cohesive mesh by the end of the film. So you will actually finally see where all these different threads finally come together and finally finish out the film. Which, again, some people don't care for that kind of film. Some people really hate the out-of-order film. I have no problem with them. I seem to have the mind for them. But a lot of people sadly don't, so oh well.
First and foremost, with the notable exception of the Evil Dead movies and maybe the Saw franchise, I'm not really a fan of gore fests. This movie did not sway that decision. Almost immediately, it seemed like the filmmakers spent the majority of their time, effort, and $50,000 budget on the gore effects, as those were probably the only aspect that was well executed. The characters here are also the most unlikable douchebags that I have ever had the misfortune of watching. Now, one could argue that the characters were written this way because they were going to die anyways, but the only remotely interesting character here, besides the guitar, if you can even call a guitar a character, was Detective Young, as he was the only one who didn't come off as either an asshole or a douchebag. Combine that with acting so horrible it makes The Room look Oscar-worthy, and dialogue so vulgar that it would make Rob Zombie blush, and I almost couldn't get through the first 15 minutes of this movie. The editing doesn't fare much better with jarring and forced transitions between stories and scenes where they keep the obvious flubs in, only to have the actors repeat the lines seconds later. Now, granted, there were a few scenes here and there that failed so spectacularly in their execution that it was hilarious, but they were too few and far between to save this movie in my eyes.
It's ironically fitting that I'm here to help you two review this movie because it feels so much like a cartoon. With over-the-top racist, bigoted, and sexist characters littering the film and lining up for the array of over-the-top deaths, the movie begins to feel completely unreal and makes the characters just sound like really awful cartoons. However, I still enjoy this movie for the most part. It's the killer blood guitar movie. How can you not laugh when a bigot gets a flute shoved down her throat with not so much as a scream? The film definitely needed some tighter editing, though. With inconsistent audio levels running out half the dialogue and constant zooms of the camera, it becomes a constant visual and audio annoyance. But for its creative gore and over-the-top cartoony dialogue, I can still recommend this movie to the people who will enjoy the murdering blood guitar movie.
This is either completely insane or ingenious. Or insanious. However, Music Store Massacre is not going to be on my list of horror movies that I still have to watch in the future, because that list is way too long already. It's pretty much all acclaimed horror movies ever made. Minus Alien. I saw that one on TV once. And does the first Cube movie count? And I have seen a few of the Final Destination movies.
Well, I seem to be done with the rest of you then. You can all go. It's time for me to get back to my business. I need my lab reports. Super Shay! Super Shay, what's the reports? Super Shay? Super Shay? Well, it's peculiar. He usually waits in the hall for me. Especially when he knows I'm busy with something. Odd. Feels like I'm forgetting something.